Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
I'm Price Bourgeois with Bourgeois Insurance. Make sure to catch Medicare Minute, where we talk all things Medicare, saving on Medicare, maximizing Medicare, Medicare scams, and much more. It airs after To Your Health and other times on HTV.
Everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. It's June 1st, and everybody around here knows exactly what June 1st means. It's the beginning of hurricane season. Look, we all been through it in the last couple of years, and August 29th is a date that we all kind of fear coming around. But it starts, and we need to be prepared, probably a little bit better prepared than we were in 2021 when Ida came through. Lafourche Parish is on the 1st is going to have a storm ready expo, and obviously anybody from any of the parishes around here can go, but it's on June 1st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lockport Recreational Center. That's in LA1 down in Lockport. So we're here to talk about it for the next couple segments is Travis Terrebonne, the owner of Jenner Gators. That's say it right. Yeah. And Robbie Guidry, the owner of Harper Oilfield. So guys, thanks so much for being here. I'd never heard about a Storm Ready Expo, and you guys are telling me just heard about it like a month ago, and y'all put this together, and pretty awesome set. And as we talk about it, it's like this is something we all need to do. So tell me a little bit about what's going on.
So it originally started out as possibly being just a Facebook feed forum to talk about it. And then once we dug in and really got Archie involved, it was like, no, this needs to be an actual event.
Archie Chasson, the Lafourche Parish.
Yes, sir.
Lafourche Parish president.
So we started figuring out, what can we do? How can we learn from what happened? And once we got into it, we started figuring out we need to find the contractors that are rooted in this community that could be there before, during, and after a storm. Because we don't want a repeat of what happened last time, when outside contractors came in and then just left with everybody's money. So they're also going to be there with the sheriff's office talking about contractor fraud.
Yeah. So some of the other things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So there will be 7 or 8 different speakers on various topics. We have Gosep, we have Chet in the house from Lafourche Parish Port Commission. We have Parish President Chasson. I'll be giving a presentation on generator safety. I just saw a lot from the front lines after Hurricane Ida, both in Lafourche and Terrebonne Parish. It's dangerous. After the storm, it was the Wild West, man.
It was.
Barely had phone service, definitely didn't have power. Some places 48 days, and like Robbie said,
gas.
Right. He came to me, with the idea, and we kicked it around and brainstormed it, and it took a very short amount of time before you get your head back where you were September 1st of 21, September 1st, 2nd. Right. It was a different kind of Labor Day weekend.
Sure it was, huh?
And so when you think back to that time, an expo we were like, we got to do it. We have to get in front of our family of constituents out there and let them know, like, hey, there are some measures that you could take to prepare, even though you can't control the outcome of the storm.
Yeah, we were kind of talking before as we were talking about contractors coming in. I said, oh, so all the dudes in the big jacked up trucks from Texas are going to be here, right? And you said that's what you're trying to prevent, right? Because a lot of these guys came in, and we all have stories. Your mother signed a thing. I signed a thing. The guy just tarped my house, and he tried to charge 19 grand, right? Yeah. So they didn't get away with it, but they got away with something. But anyway, so this is part of this expo, right?
Correct. It's trying to get him back in front of the people, say, look, pay attention, calling for a strong season. Let's talk about it. These are the people that's going to be here. Don't get in a hurry. You're going to have to wait. Mm-hmm. We're a large community. The moment you get in a hurry is when you get caught up in somebody out from outside coming in and taking your money. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Everybody was not patient.
Right. But you don't know who everybody is, right? So you're going to have a way of identifying.
Yeah,
people,
when
right?
you walk into the Lockport, beautiful brand new Lockport Recreation Center, when you enter in, you'll get a bowl of jambalaya. Where we have a award-winning jambalaya chef. Is going to be there cooking a jambalaya. We have events for the kids and stuff. And then when you walk in, there will be booths of all the local contractors: roofing, plumbing, electrical, air conditioning. I mean, South Coast Gas will be there. The parish president will be there, and his team issuing badges to return back into the parish if you're a critical worker or responder. And then all of the contractors that got involved in sponsoring the event will be there to talk through, tarping, having extra shingles maybe before the storm comes. Just little things that you don't think about. Preparing for your pets. I think the animal shelter is going to be there doing some different things. So really the municipalities and service-oriented organizations really rallied behind this. So evidently, people want to know about it.
Yeah, and so you say, as we're looking at that, Jason, if you mind again, so you can sign up. Archie Chasson is going to talk. Craig Weber is going to talk. Chet Chasson, you mentioned with the Port Commission. Yep. Ashley Beach from GOSEP is going to be there. So that's everybody that's talking and going down the list. It'll be a great day. And again, you can bring your kids. They'll get a little grab bag and maybe some food. But then the grown-ups can get some good information out of it.
Sure, absolutely.
Correct. And in the grab bag, we're putting a magnet with those contractors. We're calling it our call to action team. They've been vetted. We've talked to them, and we all wanted to find like-minded people that can grow. If we don't learn from our past, we cannot grow.
Yeah. Insurance, because look, that's a big thing. Everybody's like, I got insurance, but I don't know what I'm signing up for.
And it's also not knowing what you need.
Right.
Yeah.
It's being undercovered or overcovered. It's a lot of things we can walk through and talk to them about.
Yeah, because when those guys walk into your house, and like I said, we all saw several of them last time the storm was here, they all acted like they knew you. They all acted like they knew somebody around the local community. Like, hey, Doc, so-and-so told me to come by your house,
It's probably the last person they visited.
Right. So and we're all trying to get it. Like I said, there's storms on the way. We're all worried, like, man, my roof is still leaking. I got to get something up there. So, besides me falling off of it, so, look, hopefully we don't have to go through it. But as you guys said, this is predicted to be a pretty busy
and the last
season. We all got new roofs, though. So,
and the last two seasons have been kind of dull.
Yeah,
right.
Put us on idle. Yep.
And then everybody's still reeling from Ida. Some people are still not even whole from Ida.
Right.
So who wants to think about storm season?
Right. We don't like to think about it.
But we need to.
Yeah, it's going to be here on Saturday, whether we like it or not. So let's take a break. We got another segment to go as we'll talk about the Storm Ready Expo. We'll be right back right here on Bayou Time.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. We're talking about the Bayou Lafourche Storm Ready Expo, which is going to happen in Lockport, the brand new recreation center down there on June 1st. Start of hurricane season from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're talking with Travis Terrebonne and Robbie Guidry about the event that's happening. And we saw some of the things that are going on. You had surprise guest speaker, and you guys are going to tell us who the surprise is.
Yes, we're going to drop it here.
So,
it's Mr. Wendell Curall.
Oh, nice.
He retired from the Levee District, but he went through Ida, and we want him to tell what he went through in that last storm that he actually passed through.
Right. I tell you what he's helped do in that Levee District has saved so many houses and all that. And even though Ida was one of those storms, it still protected a lot of people. It still stayed dry for the most part from that area.
Absolutely. It's crazy. You travel, I'm sure. I've traveled, and it's amazing the people that when the people ask, where are you from? It's hard to say LaRose, Cutoff, Berg, Montague. People just say Houma or Thibodeau.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you'll say that, like, I'm from Thibodeau. Oh, yeah, where at in Thibodeau? Well, I'm actually from LaRose. Oh, yeah, I know Wendell Curall.
Uh-huh.
So when it comes to levees across the country and in the world, he's a renowned force in terms of constructing levees, and there's probably been no one in the parish or in the tri-parish area that spent more time studying storms and storm waters than Mr. Wendell. So he graced us with the opportunity to come in and be our keynote, and we got a good panel, man. We got people that can really bring value.
Yeah. So then from after that in the afternoon, you got Jeray Giroux.
Yep. She's with Bless Your Heart nonprofit. They made a huge impact in Lafourche and Terrebonne after the storm. She's going to talk about being prepared to respond after and things like that.
And then Charles Cannon, the public health emergency response coordinator, Linda Eshte with New Code, which is, all of those are real important. But let's go down the list. Doug Benoit with Dufram building, and then all the way in when Robbie and Naomi Guidry will be talking.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yes. So it's going to be we'll wrap it up. Robbie and Naomi's segment is going to talk about crisis management. Like, what happens when all hell does break loose, and if it happens to be at your address, what do you do? So I think there's going to be resources for people who got damaged and maybe didn't, or who have been rocked to sleep by the last 2 years of a lull in terms of storm season. And hey, what's going on with interest rates and insurance and reinsurance and a lot of the things that's, people are still not recovered. Me personally, I still have a litigation case with my insurance company. So there are a lot of people going through that. Nobody wants to hear that we have an active storm season, but going to be told once, reminded often, and that's what we want to do, is just remind as many people as possible.
Yeah, Robbie, we were talking, it's like, when I saw them come out with the new estimates of how many things we were going to have, many events, I didn't even want to look at it. I wanted to act like I didn't really see that.
I just turned the page and
I didn't really see that, did I? It's like, come on, man. So yeah, it's real important.
And a lot of these people ask me, what do you want to talk about? And I wanted them to talk about their story. What did y'all go through Ida? How did you deal with it?
And how are we going to do it differently? Right?
Correct.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Which is real important, right? And all of us that have had to go sit in that line with the insurance companies, get the adjusters out there, and they don't cover your windows are fine. I know they were like that before. Like, no, they weren't. Yeah. So you got to go talk to another adjuster and that kind of stuff.
Favorite words from Hurricane Ida? It was wind-driven rain. What is a hurricane?
Yeah.
Right.
Look, and I hope the community is excited about this. I would want to say, or it'd be remiss to not say, in sports, coaches sometimes have a 24 or 48 hour rule. Like, we're not going to talk about it. Well, with Ida, we've had a 3-year rule. And so we could all armchair quarterback. Everybody has been the parish president in their mind several times since Hurricane Ida. And I would have done this, and I would have done that, and we should have done this. At the end of the day, with the magnitude of that catastrophe, everybody's prepared till they get punched in the face.
Oh, sure.
So if we know it could happen again, and we know the likelihood of it happening again sooner than later, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Conversations create great things. So
hopefully we're not in that cycle where we get these big storms that are coming. You have one. I mean, we had Katrina and then Rita, Gustav. Yep. And that was 05, 08. And so hopefully we can kind of pass that and we're not in one of those cycles. But we could be, Could be. So we may have to deal with it. I mean, we've seen Lake Charles get 2 of those that smoked them. So hopefully we don't have to. Yeah, no, I have to. 2 huge storms that came through there. Generators. So when you talk about generator safety, you're talking about probably for the whole home unit and for the little modular ones. I did cover that. It was during Gustav. Somebody was afraid they were going to get it stolen, put it in their garage, and they all died. And
there's a
tragic event, right?
Yeah, look, people want power. I get it. I know exactly what temperature it was in September after Hurricane Ida. It was hot, H-O-T hot. So I get it. People want power, and you're willing to do whatever you got to do. You wait 8-10 hours in line for gas only to go kill somebody from carbon monoxide. Right. There's a legal way and a right way to do portables. There's a legal and a right and a responsible way to do whole home natural gas. And there's a responsible way to have a diesel generator. And I think when catastrophe hits, logical thinking goes out the window. So I hope to just shed some light on how to responsibly manage a portable generator, a whole home, and also a commercial.
Oh, yeah. Look, I mean, we all, I drove the New Iberia to get gas, right? We all did that kind of stuff, right? Yep. And then we're all hot. But You're right. I ran the generator for 30 for a month.
Yep.
But if I had to do it now, I'd go, oh shoot, I don't remember how much oil and all that stuff to put in. So yeah, this is a great way to refresh and to do all of those.
Correct.
things. So again, it'll be Saturday.
Yep, this Saturday, June 1st.
June 1st at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Lockport Recreational Center. Guys, thanks so much for being with us.
Hey, thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
All right, we'll be right back with more Bayou Time after this.
Good deal, man.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.